Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. In this video we're going to be talking about the Hastur RDA by Cthulhu Mods. So it's a very interesting, kind of looks very simplistic. There are some markings on the bottom. You have top airflow coming from the top. You have a very wide bore drip tip, and you also have an adapter for a 510 drip tip if you want to use that, or a standard drip tip. The actual build in it is kind of weird. Reminds me of like a hybrid of the Derringer, with top airflow. Kind of weird. Definitely kind of weird because it has this like inner section that pops off right here. See, so it's definitely Derringer-ish with style, but it has its own little grooviness to it. So let's have a little vape on it, dive down, and talk about it. Let's go for it. Oh, gotta adjust the airflow. There we go. So clouds for days, flavor for days, and it's just a very nice, well put together device. It is a little sharp on the inside, so I definitely have to give it a thumbs down for that as far as quality. The outside is well made, but just inside is just there's not a lot of polishing done, just very harsh edges and stuff. So, without more yapping, let's dive down and check it out. Alright, so here is the Hastur RDA by Cthulhu Mods. Hastur, Cthulhu. So they're the guys who made the Cthulhu RTA. And yeah, so they sent this out for me a few weeks ago to check out, and I'm finally getting around to doing it. So, here it is. It is a nice little device. It does come with the Allen key and a couple O-rings and stuff like that. I just set that aside in my build box, so everything you need to replace and to build on. This right here is going to be your 510 connector if you want to use the 510 drip tip instead of this little wide bore or kind of thick bored drip tip, which these are very hard to get off. Let me see. There we go. So that's that. And you can pop this one on if you want to, just like that. Kind of low profiles it compared to this big one. But yeah, so those are your two options. You have this drip tip, or you can use your standard 510 drip tip. As far as the actual adjusting of the airflow is up top. So you would pop it off like this. And you see you kind of have these cut down in sections. So you have a single coil, or you have your dual coil, dual coil would be this one, and this one back here. Your single coil would be this one. So what you would do is you would line up where you want it, probably right there. And if you look down, it would open up your airflow like that, and they do adjust. So you can adjust and close them off, open them back up. So that is really nice. It does have a nice little airflow option. As far as the outside, this is made out of 304 stainless steel, I believe. It just says Hastur RDA, and I believe it is serialized. So this is, 1033, and just says Hastur. It doesn't say anything about Cthulhu or anything like that. It just says Hastur. So that is the kind of outside of this. This is a 22mm RDA, and it is about, let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say about 25 to 28 millimeters tall without the drip tip. Let's pop this out. Let's look at the inside. Just a very flat inside. There's your top airflow section. Your top airflow section is probably going to be, I would say 7 millimeters in length and about 1.5 millimeters in thickness. So that is your top airflow right there and there. Like I said, dual coil and single coil options. So it kind of reminds me of the Derringer having this inner ring like this. But this cut-in airflow is a little weird. As you can see the drilling, or the kind of the tooling right there. It is a little rough, and these corners are kind of sharp. So that is one negative on that. But here's your kind of inner barrel. So here's your single coil mode or your dual coil mode, whatever you want to do. And then again, these airflows are about matching your top section, but a little bit wider, and they do just go down straight, and then they hit the sides of the coils. So kind of cool airflow, kind of slanted. Got that Mutation X slant going on. So yeah, that's your Vortex type drip. drip, airflow control. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, the big issue is this is kind of janky machined. It's very sharp machining right there and there. Just not a lot of quality control on this. You do have a little step right there that will clip into this inner O-ring right there, so it does fit snug. It's not going to go anywhere. And then your top section does go over that. As far as your actual deck, you have two negative posts milled into the deck. You have a center positive block with dual post. The center actual, the post holes, if you see, that is 24 gauge Canthal. So it is very, very small post holes. Super small post holes, compared to most of the new ones that are out right now. So that is just something to mention. You do have Allen key grub screws, and you do have an Allen key with the kit. You do have a decent amount of room for coils. This is 24 gauge Canthal, 2.5 millimeter wrapped, and about 8 wraps. The inside, you have about a 5 millimeter, 3 to 5 millimeter juice well. Not too bad. You do have two different O-rings. You have an O-ring right here for the inner section of the airflow. Then you have an O-ring right here. Kind of steps down, just like I'm saying, like the Derringer kind of steps down, I guess. And then the outer O-ring is for your top cap. And so you can put that together. And let me get that little juiced, or the airflow. I keep calling it juice. I don't know why. That pops in just like that. Not too bad. Pops in just like that. And then the top section. And it is very smooth. There is no real sharpness to putting this down. Very smooth. And then that. So it's very sleek. It's very sleek. No leaks at all. Haven't really had any leaks going on. Just a very nice vape. Very warm vape because it is such a reduced chamber. A nice chamber that is reduced down. And not bad at all. I really don't know what these are retailing for because I haven't seen them retail a lot. But I would have to say that it is a pretty nice device for what it is. As far as the bottom, you do have a copper contact pin, and I do think it is adjustable. Maybe, yes. But yeah, so that is your Hastur RDA by Cthulhu Mods. So good job, Cthulhu, for making this, but it is a little bit sharp and a little bit janky on the inside. However, once you get it all together and you start building it and vaping it, it vapes like a charm and works really well. So yeah, that's a quick up close of the Hastur RDA. Let's go back up to FaceTime and talk about it just a little bit more. Alright, let's talk about the pros and the cons. So as far as pros go, very well made as far as the outside, the inside, like you saw in the up close, really sharp. The flavor is great. The post holes, as far as a con, the post holes are a little bit small depending on what you want to put in there. It just seems like it's not really following suit as far as, what is our popular 4-post designs have really large, post holes. So that's just an issue there. The top airflow is really nice. There's really no leaking issues. So as far as pros, that's nice. It's cool that they have their kind of own proprietary drip tip, but they also have a 510 connector. So that is nice. Very easy to build on, really good flavor, really good vapor production, and it's just a very simplistic but very unique design. Haven't really seen this style very much. So, big thumbs up as far as styling and stuff. Really, my only big gripe about this is going to be the kind of that inner ring that clips down in just is a little bit too sharp and a little bit too janky for me. So that's my main thought about this. But as far as a kind of a flavor / cloud chasing RDA, this is awesome. Definitely awesome for that. If you can overlook the kind of blemishes and the harsh edges on the inside. So that's my thought. I'm going to wrap up this review, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. And if you like my videos in general, please subscribe. And as always, stay classy and keep vaping.